Hello, and today I will be making cheese and peas. For this, we need cheese, green peas, cumin, turmeric, salt, mixed spices, ginger, garlic, some green chilies, and onions and oil. Okay, so now we're gonna grind three ingredients. So we're gonna have to grind the onions, ginger, and garlic, and we have to first cut the ginger and garlic and make sure to peel them, and then you also have to peel the onions and cut them. So now put the onions. Okay, so now we have to grind this for at least 10 or 15 seconds. Okay, so now we're going to put in the oil, and once we put in the oil, we will put in the cumin. Make sure to spread the oil out too.
Like 4 spoons of oil. 4 to 5 spoons of oil.
And you also have to wait for the oil to heat up. And now, after the oil has heated up, we will put in cumin. And now we would put in the onion, ginger, and garlic into the pot. And now we have to stir that all up together. Now we're going to cover it up and we will wait for a little while. Okay, so be careful because once you take off the cover slash lid, the onions will start to burn your eyes. So be careful about that. And you have to wait until the onions turn brown. So that's when you would know when to put in the other ingredients that I will show you. So now the onions have finally turned brown, and now we have to put in the rest of the ingredients.
It is small teaspoon, like about this size. It's really small. So I believe it's teaspoon. So 5 teaspoon of salt. 4 and 5. And then 1 teaspoon of turmeric. And then 1 teaspoon of
Mixed spices.
mixed spices. And half spoon of this is also mixed spice. And then we pour in a little bit of water and mix. And after mixing it, we the lid.
Put on the lid.
Oh, sorry. Put on the lid and wait for another 5 to 7 minutes. And then finally, we will add in cheese and green peas and pour in 1 glass of water. I just put in little more of water just to make sure that my onions don't burn. I'm gonna close the lid and cut the cheese into small pieces. You how small you want to cut it or big pieces, but the thing is, it doesn't cook fast if you cut them in big pieces. So I usually cut them in small pieces so they're cooked well. So first I just cut the whole cheese into half, and now cutting them into like this pieces, and then I will be cutting them into more small pieces.
So like basically cutting them into half again.
Yeah. So this is how it came out to be. Small and thin. And you can get this cheese from any Indian store. It's called fresh cheese in English, and it's called Paneer in Punjabi. And this is the wrapper.
So how I had used CS was because we had to cut them into halves like 4 times or three, and so once we had cut them into halves, and we
Cheese.
once we had cut the cheese into half, we will put the rest of the cheese into the pot, but only when rest of the spices and ginger, garlic, and onions are finished cooking. And then once that's finished, we will put in the cheese. Okay, so before washing the cheese, I mean before cutting the cheese, sorry, we have to wash the cheese, and then we will cut the cheese into half and make sure to also wash the green peas. And then once we've done that, we put the cheese and the green peas into our pot.
It's really steamy, so be careful. And now I will put the cheese in there. I actually cut them more small, like into a piece of a dice.
Some of them are like rectangular shapes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but they have to be small so they can be cooked fast. Otherwise, you have to longer for like 25 to 30 minutes.
And you don't want to be left hungry. You want your food.
Cheese goes in first and then the green peas. Then we stir. Already looking so yummy. Close the lid again and wait for 5 to 7 minutes. And then we will put 1 glass of water.
Okay, so this whole process of making the cheese and peas will take at least 45 minutes, which is a long time.
So now I just came to stir and then add water. 1 glass of water.
So we just stir and then just add water.
Yep. Look at that.
Is it ready or not yet?
Not yet. It's gonna, now we will cook this for another 15 minutes. The water looks less. Um, it's gonna get dry, so I will add in more water.
So basically, what you're trying to say is like the water will dissolve into the cheese.
Yes. And then I'm gonna add in half more. And again, we will close the lid and wait for 10 to 15 minutes. And then you can also check it if it's ready just by eating it.
And how will you be able to? How will you be able to see if it's like uh
Ready?
yeah?
Well, you eat it and you will know if the cheese is cooked, the green piece is cooked, and that's it. Now we're going to cut the green chilies.
Into small pieces, and we will have to cut these green chilies like 3 times. But my mom's just doing them all at once, so we're gonna use repeat loop for cutting these green chilies for one time. Instead, it's supposed to be okay. What are you going to say?
I am using 3 chilies because I don't like my food to be too spicy or too sweet or too salty. So I use 3, which is fine. You can use 2, of course, or 1. And if you like it spicy, you can use 4 green chilies. Thank you, Tanveer, for helping me.
You're welcome. And we will look at these cheese and peas once they're cooked and see if we have to wait any longer.
You can put the green chilies right now, and they will cook and dissolve with the food. But it's up to you. I put it at the end because I have a baby who is 13-month old. So first I take his
Separate.
his food separate, and then I add in the chilies. You know, I can't give him spicy food. So
Now I brought my brother along to do CS. He does not look happy. Sometimes he does. Anyways, say hi. Okay, so now we would add the spices. Spices, sorry, green chili. Yeah, and once we've done that, we'll see how. Yeah, we'll see.
done.
Yeah, he knows it's done. We're taking out my brother's. Uh, yeah, he's right. He knows. And cheese and cheese. Say hi. Say hi.
Now it's been 15 minutes already, and the last ingredient is green chilies. Finally, right?
Food's done then. Guess we have to wait a little bit longer.
And then, yeah, just wait another 5 minutes and it's done. And it's ready to eat, and it will be well cooked.
Yeah, and I hope, Miss Turula, you would try this. So, so since we're done with the cheese and peas. Now, I had just realized that we just used computer science once, not once, but twice, because we had to do something step by step. So we also used one time a repeat loop. We had to cut the green chilies 3 times. That was the only thing I noticed. But I hope you try this at home because it tastes so good. I love peas and peas. Yeah. Do you like it? Come here. You come together. Like go together. Say bye bye. Bye bye. You need to bye bye? Alright. Bye. No? You don't want to say anything now? Okay, no, okay. Okay, just say bye. Just do bye. Okay. Bye.